evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. Today I'm going to play the part of Coach Bruce. And to my right,
some direction.
Over there, directions are hard. That is Jackson Gross. He is going to play the part of that I normally play, the reasonable human being, tonight. And also, I just got a text from Braden, if you're watching. I thought I was the reliever. Question mark. Question mark. So Connor, please send Braden the link because he wants to be a part of this too, which is perfectly fine. I hope everybody's doing well. I am in a very chaotic mood. I took a nap, which means I am energized. I also have in my hand 300 milligrams of caffeine, and I don't work till 11. So this is going to be a day. So get yourselves ready. Get ready to roll. Cy has a bat, and he's trying to beat me with it. For those of you who don't know, I have Cy in person, as usual.
Oh
in the background, we have Connor Davis. And then, that's what we're ready for. Braden said, no, what?
What did he say?
I can't repeat that on live television.
This is YouTube. We're chilling.
That's what he said. That's what he has said. Here, I'll unlock it. Here.
We're gonna get the deets, guys. We're gonna get the deets.
I mean, it's not that bad, but he just said,
"Aw, that's pretty cute, actually."
Yeah. Big pause out of Bray Bray.
Shut up, Bray.
Anyway, Jackson, how we doing?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. How's life?
Busy as fucking hell.
That's one.
Heard.
That's one.
You're out.
Working 5 jobs at this point, and just loving life for the most part, outside of my 40 hours a week at Walgreens. But no, overall things are good. May have to change my name. I may have to change it because I am Coach Gross now, because I don't know if Cy told you this, but I am now an assistant coach for the Wheeling High School cross country team.
Oh, heck yeah.
So I am mentoring the youths on how to run good.
That's terrifying.
That's really terrifying.
Hey, I was an all-conference runner. I don't know what you're talking
true.
about.
It is very true.
You are built like a runner.
Well, I used to be. I had about extra 35 pounds I'm carrying around these days from my running days.
Whoa.
So,
Whoa.
but no, yeah, it's been awesome. The kids are good for the most part. There are some who are freshmen and sophomore and high school students, and I'll put it at that. Overall, things are good. I'm excited just to be here. It's been I needed this. This is good, and I'm also excited for Monday because I'll be heading to Milwaukee to cover Bucks Media Day and talking to NBA people. So
another year at the coop.
Another year with the brew hoop people.
The hoop tube.
The hoop tube. How are you, MJ? Obviously you're just awoken from your deep slumber. But how are you doing?
I'm good. I opened today. Tomorrow we're doing a special event at my restaurant for Fellowship of Christian Athletes and the football team. So our dining room normally closes at 9. We're going to stay open from 9 to 11 just for them.
Nice.
They can come. We're expecting like 100 to 200 people. It's going to be wild. So I am working 11 a.m. to midnight tomorrow. So I'm working 13 hours. For context, I've already worked 30 and a half hours this week, and I was off Monday.
Very normal.
So that 13. Dang, I'm gonna have to cut my hours on Saturday. That's tough.
Oh no, working less hours on the weekend? What a terrible thing.
No, but so tomorrow and Saturday are gonna be psychotic. It's also homecoming season. It's football season. Football in Texas. Let me try and tell this story without giving away information I should. So I was talking to a friend at the restaurant today, and their 7-year-old is playing like Pee Wee football in Texas. Yeah. Okay. So I was talking to her, and what she said was, they literally have a combine.
What?
6 and 7-year-olds. Okay. First year ever playing organized football, right? They have a combine. They weigh you, they get your height, you go through drills, they have automated timers. Like, they have the actual timing set up for a 40-yard dash. Except I think it's 20, because the fields are much smaller, obviously. But whatever it is, they have all of this set up. And legitimately, like, that's what they have for this whole deal. And so they have drafts every year. It's not like, you get to be on a team with your friends. Like, it's not school. No, if you're playing.
Are they getting some NIL deals out of it?
That's a good question. So I didn't see any. I rolled up the other day because I was delivering some food. I didn't see any sponsorships. I didn't see any banners or anything on the jerseys. They were just NFL teams on the jerseys. But they have cheerleaders. These families tailgate. Like, that's why I was delivering food, because somebody I delivered a bunch of chicken sandwiches to a tailgate for a 7-year-old's football game. Damn. And, like, dead serious. Like, there are grandstands.
The cheerleaders aren't too surprising, because we had them here for when it was like Prospect Heights wheeling football or whatever. They had that too, but that's crazy. Like, how much money these people got to be rolling in to have a full-on combine?
I can tell you,
for 7-year-olds,
a lot. But that's also just football in Texas, brother. Like, my family lives in Allen, which is Allen High School, is where Kyler Murray went to high school. They have a stadium that is bigger than a lot of college stadiums for their high school stadium. Allen High School side, look up Allen High School football stadium capacity.
I think I've heard of it before. Isn't it like 30 or 50,000 or something?
The number in my head is 30. It's one of those schools where they have an entire campus of their school just for freshmen. Like, there's
18,000.
18,000. Not as bad, but still for a high school.
Sheesh.
Like, and Jackson.
Like, look at that.
Yeah, they sell out for games. Like, they have season ticket packages. They have suites. Like, dude, it's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Football. I got denied credentials.
Huh?
Yes. I tried to get credentials, and the athletic director was like, LOL, no. He's like, we give credentials to, like, the Dallas Morning News and like ESPN, and that's about it. And I'm just like,
yo.
He literally, like, named a couple other, like, lower level high schools and was like, maybe go try them first. And I was just like,
God, like, okay.
Like, just imagine, like, I applied for Prospect High School credentials, and they were like, no, go try Elk Grove first. Like, that's basically what they did to me.
Go try Forest View. Go try Forest View. Go try Vanguard.
No, but literally, it was like I applied to Ohio State, and I was like, what? What are we doing here?
Did you tell them that we've been to the NFL draft and combine? Oh my God.
I had a whole phone call with the guy. And he was like, yeah, but that's not Allen High School football.
Brother, what?
I was just like, I'm sorry. My producer interviewed Caleb Williams. But okay.
Exactly. I'm the fucking producer.
Yeah, and he interviewed the guy who strip sacked Caleb Williams.
Damn fucking straight.
What is that?
But yeah, so
4 total now.
All of that to say, football in Texas, whole different deal. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I think it's very obvious why you get the prospects out of Texas that you get. It's the same reason I think you get the baseball prospects out of California. Like it's just in Florida, like it's just the way it works in those places. But it's still very wild to me coming from the very relaxed Midwest, like younger football culture. I never played because I had too many concussions.
You know,
I wasn't allowed to.
triple.
I've had
Triple.
7.
Cripple.
Oh, cripple.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I've had a lot of, and those are like, to be clear, those are like medically diagnosed. Like that's not me saying, "Hey, I think I had a concussion." No. That's like
7 confirmed.
Yeah, I got told after the one where I got hit in the head with a line drive. I got told after that one. That was when I was. It's funny, I can't remember. 12, 12 maybe. 10, 12. The memory popped up on my mom's Facebook the other day. But yeah, I got hit in the head with a line drive. I was playing fall ball. Guy who hit the ball at my head was like, it's one of those things where he really shouldn't have been playing in the league. He was like a freshman in high school, like, or something like that, and somehow got in the league, whatever. And I had the dumb idea to throw a sidearm pitch. And that's why I got hit, because normally I'm a righty. I fall off to the left. I would not have been where I was. I threw a sidearm pitch, and so I land like even.
Oh.
And so, my right leg and just domes me. The right fielder almost caught the ball off of my head.
Jesus.
Yeah, it had some velocity. And to be clear, I don't remember any of this. This is me being recounted from people who were there. My best friend was on first base. Don't remember pitching to him. I remember getting ready for the game, and then I remember waking up after I'd already been in the hospital for hours. Like, no idea. So that's why I couldn't play football, because it would have been a really horrible idea. Antonio Brown? No.
I was just gonna say, and you'd have been Antonio Brown's vice president.
Yeah, I would have joined CT ESPN, baby.
Let's go.
Would have been fantastic. But yeah, anyway, quick little story time. But that's why I never played youth football. Okay, you'll probably enjoy this story. You remember Perlman, right?
Oh, heck yeah. He was my brother's coach.
Okay, so one day, I would, my dad taught at Wheeling, so we would go just like mess around in the field house, whatever, right? So it's one day, my freshman year, and one of the things my dad and I would do is I just enjoyed kicking field goals, because I was like, this is the closest thing I'll ever get to like playing football, right? So my dad and I were on the football field one like Sunday or something, and I'm kicking field goals. And when my dad and I would do it regularly, I could probably hit at least 40-yarders pretty consistently. Couldn't do it anymore. Like if I went on the game day, no. Like I used to be able to, couldn't do it anymore for sure. I'm very confident of that. And I'm out there, and all of a sudden I just hear yelling. Hello? And I turn around, Perlman is like 30 feet behind me. Brother spawned onto this football field on a Sunday afternoon. Nope, there's no practice. Like
there's nothing going on.
There's nobody at that school. And he goes, "You want to come kick for me?" I said, "Huh?" He goes, "Do you want to come play on the team? I could use a kicker like you." And I said, "Sir, I've never played a day of organized football in my life." And like Perlman had a rough idea of who I was, because he knew my dad. Like he had no idea of what. He's like, "Really? Because it sure looks like you've kicked before." I was like, "I mean, like this, but no." And he's like, "What? Come out on Monday. Come try out." And I looked at my dad. I looked at Perlman, and I was like, "I've had 6 concussions." And he's like, "Nope, have a good day." And just turns around, walks away. It's like, okay.
Oh my God.
He heard, and there was no, you'll be fine, right?
You're a kicker. You'll survive.
Yeah, don't seek out contact. But I also knew in my head, if you put me on a football field, I don't care what position I am. I would go hit somebody.
You're flicking the right stick every play.
Yeah, I would be Pat McAfee. Like, I would be hit sticking with no regard for my safety or theirs. And so it was a very conscious decision to, like, I shouldn't do this. I want to. I really want to. And my dad and I watched wheeling kickers miss field goals for 4 years. And I really wanted to do it. But also, I was doing congressional debate, and I was like, would I have to, like, be at every practice? He was like, yeah. I'm like, that's when I was like, okay, I've had 6 concussions. Because I was like, okay, if I could just go like once a week and just like go out there, kick a bunch, and then just like do everything else on my own time, I would have thought about thinking about the idea of thinking about it.
What?
I'll repeat that for you, Si. I would have thought about thinking about the idea of thinking about it.
That tracks.
But he said, nah, you'd have to be there every day, like you'd be a part of the team, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, no. Because then there's workouts and there,
nah.
No, thank you. No, thank you. All for me to get screamed at by a bunch of, horny high school students because I missed some field goals. No, thank you. No, thanks. I'm good. Anyway, Connor, you ready? Yeah. All right. I'm not Bruce. I can't do that whole intro. Do you have your? We still don't have yours saved. Ooh, there's different cameras now. There's different camera set. Hold up, I can go. Ooh.
Yeah, Connor was doing that pre-show while we were waiting for your sleeping ass.
We can do a more in-depth background.
Yeah.
Ooh. The little circles. That's perfect.
Shout out to StreamYard.
Perfect for the little ticky-tackies. Okay.
I can do the intro.
Go for it, Si. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Shut up. Oh, my God. Today, we bring you the best segment in all of podcast history. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Davis with the Davis Division.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Clap it up.
I might have to do my own.
Wow.
I mean, it didn't bring the energy. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. It just didn't bring the energy. Would I go and make that a YouTube video and people see Cy going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Davis Division is coming.
Do you want me to do it as like a WWE announcer? Is that what we're looking for?
Yes.
If you want to, Jackson, you can do it too.
Next time. I have it mentally prepared.
Okay, well, I'm always mentally prepared, so give me a second. Let me go full screen for this one.
Okay.
Hold up. How does this sound? Is it too loud if I get loud like this?
No, that's good.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the TDT Media YouTube channel proudly presents the Davis Division with yours truly, Connor Davis, the most electrifying co-host in sports entertainment history. This is the greatest podcast segment of all time.
Why are you
He mic drops.
full screen me, Papa?
He's doing his job, guys. I can confirm.
Oh my goodness. I'm feeling pumped now. Let's do this, Connor.
Let's talk football, baby. Let's talk football.
I'm ready.
Baby. We're on Instagram now too. We got a viewer or two. I see you over there. Somebody said, "Where's Coach Bruce?"
Wow. Am I not good enough for you people?
Whoa.
Disrespect is crazy.
Whoa.
The disrespect is crazy.
Coach Bruce has a microphone.
No, you're not
Coach
supposed
Bruce
to tell him. You're not supposed to tell him. I put it in the description like Coach Bruce was so upset. He was visibly upset over the Bears' loss against the Colts that he could not confront us this Thursday on the
He has
show.
a debilitating migraine that has been going on since Sunday because the Bears are that bad at football.
Yes. There you go, MJ. There you go. Let's talk football.
What you got for us?
Okay. So we know what happened with Tua Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa.
Jogo to Papa.
We know what happened to Tua. Tua, his head, which is already a fragile object, and DeMar Hamlin's chest collided together.
Somehow,
the
Infinity Stones didn't pop out.
I mean, the NFL script is crazy, right, guys? So Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel. I'm a big fan of Mike McDaniel. I think he's pretty good for the Miami Dolphins franchise. He said today that it is a little and I quote, a little premature to name the starting QB for the Miami Dolphins going into Monday night against the Titans. So at the end of the week, I guess at the end of the NFL week, Monday's technically the end of the NFL week. It's kind of weird how they start on Thursday and end on Monday.
Right.
This is what their depth chart is looking like. I'm going to give you their depth chart. So at QB1, we have Skylar Thompson. He's 27. He's 27 years old, but he's only been in the league 3 years. He was drafted in the 7th round of the 2022 NFL draft, and right now he's questionable. Well, QB2, they got from the waivers, Tyler Huntley. He was cut by the Browns because the Browns and him could not come on an agreement for him to be able to be traded. He said, I don't want to be traded from Cleveland. Well, guess what, Tyler? You get cut instead. You don't want to be traded? You get cut. So Tyler Huntley got cut from the Browns. The Dolphins picked him up, and now he's QB2 on the roster. And QB3 right now is Tim Boyle. Do I have to give an explanation for Tim Boyle? Do I really have to give an explanation for Tim Boyle?
There's
I'm not even talking about Tim Boyle.
There's only one thing I have to say about Tim Boyle, and that's the fact that he played for the Detroit Lions and New York Jets. Next.
He played for the Packers, bruh.
Next.
Well, those are your 3 QBs. Obviously, 2 is there, but he's on IR, so he's not on the depth chart. So the Dolphins are keeping their decision under wraps until we eventually see who's going to be on the field Monday night starting the game. Okay? Well, Jack. We've been over this. It's almost like I don't do my research before I come on here. Jack, we talked about this. Look at me. Hold up. Jack. I do my research thoroughly before I get on here. Go look up Dolphins depth chart, ESPN, Jack, and go tell me who their QB2 is. Thank you. So that is your depth chart for the Miami Dolphins going into Monday night. They're keeping it under wraps. I give you all that to ask you, who do y'all think starts Monday night against the Titans? Do you think it's Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley, or Tim Boyle, the Packers legend? Oh, crap. Sorry. Y'all are not a muscle memory.
It's got to be Tyler Huntley. He's the only one that has any mobility in his pinky. Like, Skylar Thompson is a sad excuse for a quarterback. Tim Boyle is at least like the definition of a mid backup quarterback. Tyler Huntley gives them the best chance to win. I think that's flat out. He's the only one that's ever actually like played some real. I mean, Skylar Thompson has, but Skylar Thompson has been horrible. When you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and you can't even put up numbers, that's depressing. So Tim Boyle, no shot, not happening. That if they start Tim Boyle, Mike McDaniel needs to be laughed out of the building. That's all I gotta say. That's just ridiculous. No.
I'm gonna try and not be a contrarian. I was gonna say, I mean, both Thompson and Huntley have playoff experience. They played in bigger games. The only thing I will say is, if Skylar Thompson is healthy, they will probably go with him. But for me personally, if I'm if I'm literally hired as the Dolphins head coach, I'm putting in Snoop Huntley at starting quarterback. You gotta put in the great Pro Bowler backup quarterback Snoop Huntley. So yeah, I just think. Well, yes, Skylar Thompson's been with the Dolphins his entire career, knows the playbook, yada yada yada. There's no shot in any universe that Tyler Huntley is a worse quarterback than Skylar Thompson. And I completely agree. Tim Boyle should never see a football field again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. Get ready to learn QB coach, buddy.
Whoa.
Get ready to learn offensive quality control coach, buddy. So, yeah, I would go with Tyler Huntley too, even if Skylar Thompson's healthy, because he's outside of nearly beating the Bills, he's been ass his entire career.
Whoa.
I do want to address this comment, though. Do you know Skylar Thompson's stats that game? He went 18 for 45. He threw. They let Skylar Thompson throw the ball 45 times that game, and only scored a touchdown and threw 2 picks. Skylar Thompson was not the reason the Dolphins almost won that game to the Bills. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was more about the Bills nearly imploding.
It was. They almost won. Thank you. Not Skylar Thompson almost won. Thank you, Jack. I always gotta bust your balls from now on. Yeah.
What are you doing to bust balls?
Nothing. I just gotta bust his chops.
Okay. What do you say, Big Dog?
Next thing on the menu is not Jack.
Me.
So, what? The Titans, the Tennessee Titans. Now, when they went against the Bears not too long ago, I commented in our group chat and said, this is the battle for the number 1 overall draft pick in the 2025 NFL draft. And that still seems to be the case to this week, that both of those teams are competing for the number 1 overall draft pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Well, now the Titans are starting off to 0-3, and they've used a second-round draft pick in 2023 to draft the Kentucky alumni Will Levis. Now, they got rid of Ryan Tannehill, did not want to re-sign him, and now Will Levis is their starting QB, leading the Titans to the promised land. Well, this year, Will Levis is 68% completion. He has 579 passing yards, 4 tutties, and 5 interceptions to add to it. It doesn't look great for the starting quarterback. My question for you guys is, do the Titans stick with Will Levis until maybe his rookie contract ends, keeps him the starter, or do they try to draft a quarterback in the draft coming up, because they probably will be one of the top 3 picks in this draft, and see what happens from there?
I'll let you go first on that one, Jackson.
You have no loyalty to Will Levis. Especially, this is a new coaching staff. This is a new regime that did not draft Will Levis at all. And the simple fact that, unlike if you had drafted him in the first round, he is a second-round pick, which means he gets no 5th-year option, which means you have basically the rest of this year and 2 more years to decide, essentially 1 more year, a year and a half, to decide if you want to pay Will Levis. And based on what he's done in his career, outside of his random debut against the Falcons last year, he has been one of the worst starting quarterbacks in all of the league. There's a reason I had him in the low 20s or the high 20s when I did my quarterbacks ranking at the start of the year. He didn't show anything before the season to earn anything higher, and he certainly hasn't done anything now. He is a meme factory with 3 of the most hilarious turnover pictures in NFL history. So, no, I honestly think if they are in a top 5 spot or top 3 spot in this year's NFL draft, you draft a new quarterback, you move on, you get what you can. Hopefully they will do a better job than the Bears have done in supporting Caleb Williams, but do what the Bears did and what they did with Justin Fields, ship him off to a team where he can compete to be a starter, and just hit the reset button. Allow your new head coach to have his quarterback for the duration of the contract and get a guy you can have on a 5th-year options so you have a little bit more time with.
Okay, Jackson, who do they go after in the draft?
I have not even sniffed anything right now. The main guy I've obviously been here, everyone's hearing about is Shedeur Sanders, but I feel like from a maturity standpoint at this point, I would put a 10-foot pole between me and Shedeur Sanders. So honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe a Carson Beck, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they wait a year and then maybe next year they go after a quarterback in the draft, or who knows? Maybe they'll pull in Atlanta Falcons and sign a big free agent quarterback if one comes available. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will switch up his career from the Brett Favre cosplay and play for the Titans and his career instead of the Vikings.
Ugh.
MJ.
I think it's, and Connor will probably hate this. Who knows? I think it's more. I think Will Levis has a lot of talent. I think there's no other existing talent in Tennessee, so I think it's not fair to Will Levis. Not that the NFL is fair; it has to be fair, but it's almost impossible to evaluate him on the current roster. I watched the Packers play them and beat them with Malik Willis, and that is a testament to what somebody can do with good coaching and a good roster once they leave Tennessee. So I'm not concerned about Will Levis. I'm concerned about the fact that they don't have a talented roster. So I don't think you need to go spend all of this investment on a quarterback when you're not just a quarterback away. It's very clear to me that you're not just a quarterback away. So go get the rest of your roster taken care of. And I understand there's also the argument, the quarterback can make the roster better. That's what people see Jordan Love doing with not having a wide receiver one. But I think that also comes down to, honestly, a lot of it is the play calling in Green Bay, which is very evident by the fact that Malik Willis was able to have one of the highest passer rating games in the NFL this year. Nobody would have thought that. Tennessee definitely wouldn't have thought that. So clearly, to me, there's a lot of issues in Tennessee going on that don't have to do with Will Levis. What, Jackson?
No, I like that answer, because if you would have said, you don't like Will Levis, I would have asked you this follow-up question like I did Jackson. But you raise a good point. I mean, Malik Willis goes to the Green Bay, and we see what he did against his old team. And I loved Malik Willis when they kind of interviewed him and stuff. He was like, they were like, oh, how does this feel like whenever you get to go against your old team? You got to feel a certain sense of pride if you beat them. And he's like, you know what? A game, it's just a game. A game's a game. A win's a win. It doesn't matter if it's against my old team or a team I really like to beat. It's just a game. And that's all football is, just a game, huh? All you football haters. I know you. You're sitting here looking at us like, why are they talking about a sport that doesn't matter? You know what does matter? Football matters in this country, okay? We wouldn't have the biggest event in our history of our country, the Super Bowl. Every year, it is the most watched event in America, okay? Hey, look at me. It's the most watched event in America. So for you to say it's just a game, it's far more than a game. There's a lot of mind. There's a lot of physical stuff that goes into football. And for you to just say it's a game, like you want to compare it to chess, don't do that. Don't be a hater.
Who compared football to chess?
The football haters. I had a lady, I was in intro to communication theory, and we had to have we had 12 kind of sentences, and we were learning about these latitude of attitudes or whatever. And it was like a latitude of acceptance, a latitude of rejection, and like a latitude of non-commitment. And so you had to say, if you accepted it, then you would say, okay, well, I agree with this. If you rejected it, oh, I disagree with it. If you were in the middle, you could just non-commit to it. Well, it was all about sports. Like, it was about like NIL and all this stuff. It was really cool. And this girl gets in our group, and she is like, I don't really think sports matters. I don't think sports brings in money. Girl, we are in the South. Look at me. We are in the South. If there's anything that brings in money, it's football. Go look at Texas. What MJ talked about earlier. Go look at Texas. They bring in a lot of money for their football. That's why SMU was able to pay in to be in the ACC. They were not brought in the ACC. They paid their way through the ACC because you know why? They had the money to, because football is big in the South. And then she had the audacity to come up to us after the fact and said, I'm sorry, I just argued a little bit. And I was like, girl, shut up and go home. Go.
Good Lord. Like, I understand, like, if you thinking it doesn't matter in, like, your own personal life, you don't care, that's fine, because that's your own prerogative. But to say that sports doesn't bring in money is just so intellectually dishonest and morally bankrupt that it's like, how do you even say that when I bet you if you would have asked her like how she feels about how much athletes are paid both in college and in the professionals, she said, "Oh, they're paid too much money." I'm like, then how do they have that much money to pay the players if they don't make money?
Here's a good
The
point,
math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin' if she said that. I don't know if she did. I don't know if she knows, but that's just my thing.
No, doesn't add up.
People just need to go touch grass.
Or touch some turf.
Or touch turf. Good idea, Jackson. Let's keep talking about football. Okay, so for my last little bit of this, I felt this was a pretty good kind of title for the video. So, Dan Orlovsky came on the show this morning, and they asked him, Dan Orlovsky, the dude that got the snap and walked back for a safety in the back of the end zone on the Detroit Lions. Yeah, that Dan Orlovsky. Yeah, she says all kinds. Thank you, Senor Fish. Thank you. So Dan Orlovsky walks in the back of the end zone, gets a safety. He came on here and said, this is his 5. In full screen. These are his 5 top quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Number 1. Well, let's go number 5 first. Number 5. And if these shock you, you can make a face. You can make as many faces as you want, because I looked at this list, I was like, más y menos. Number 5, Geno Smith. Number 4, Kyler Murray. Number 3, MVP frontrunner candidate right now, Sam Darnold. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers. And number 1 is Josh Allen. Derek Carr's not on the list. I get it. He had an off game last week. So that's fine that he's not on the list. I don't care. But those are his top 5. If did you get what I said? Did you remember what I said? Can you recite that back to me so I know that you were listening?
I was listening. I can't recite that.
Geno, Kyler, Darnold,
Aaron
Rodgers, Allen.
Josh Allen. Thank you.
That's Dan Orlovsky's top 5 MVP runners.
Top 5. No, that's just his top 5 quarterbacks. Number 1, Josh Allen. Thank you, Senior Fish. So, I'm asking y'all, do you agree with his list? Is there anything you would change with his list? And if there is, if you want to change the whole list, you can. Let me know your top 5 in the NFL right now. You're looking at something intently over there, MJ. Looking at your top 5 QBs right now.
I don't. The Geno one and Sam Darnold. That's like such a recency bias. I get that's what the list is.
Well, that's what the list is.
I was gonna say top 5 quarterbacks this season, just based on this.
Number 1, Brian Flores. We're gonna see what Brian Flores is made of on Sunday. He's made of doo-doo. He's made of nothing. Geno has been awesome. I don't know about that.
Has it? He's thrown for almost 800 yards and 3 touchdowns and 3 picks.
What?
It's the same. It's the same reason why Lamar won MVP, because they like the way people look on the field rather than their numbers on the field. That's what I hate about. That's what I hate about this game.
Jack, completion percentage good. Interception to touchdown ratio bad. Yards really don't matter in today's day and age. Taking a lot of sacks for my liking.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean,
what an accomplishment. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Geno. I think he's a solid quarterback.
Patriots and Dolphins defenses are doo-doo.
But
What are you talking about? They're going to be two bottom-tier teams this year. Really, because two is for the Dolphins. The Patriots just are trash. What is that? He torched? Jack, what is your definition of torching? He threw for 289 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks against the Dolphins. That's torching? Since when is that torching? He barely beat the Patriots in overtime, who are terrible. Took him 44 attempts to get to 327 yards.
Jack, you were just proving our point of I bet every quarterback has put up 300 yards against New England this season.
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky's one.
Jack, I literally couldn't care less what he did against New England. Putting up 300 does not mean you're a good quarterback. Took him 44 pass attempts. It's the same reason I don't care about Caleb Williams' stats from Sunday, because they lost and because it took him 52 pass attempts to do anything worth.
Better.
Thank you.
Best quarterback analyst.
Thank you, Senior Fish.
He's literally the only one. What? He's
No,
so he's averaged 1 touchdown a game.
Yes.
We're gonna put him in our top 5.
No.
1 touchdown.
Derek Carr there, then Dan. What are we doing?
I would put Derek Carr over Geno Smith.
Give me your top 5, MJ.
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, that was the initial question.
Just like
You can't
That was the initial question.
just
They're
throw
fine.
me. The bus is driving by, and Connor just threw me directly underneath it. Like,
You're driving the bus.
Awesome, I smoke
Let me drive the bus.
He had. Let me drive the bus. He had no regard for human safety. But okay, I will give you my top 5. I'll go number 5, and this is going to be specifically to glaze on Connor, because I know this will get him going. But you're not going to get to talk until I'm done. Number 5, Jaden Daniels. Number 4, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, Kyler Murray. Number 1, Josh Allen.
Okay. Why? Okay, if we're gonna pile on Geno for just having yards, like, yes, Jaden Daniels hasn't thrown an interception yet, but he's only thrown 2 touchdown passes. It took him 3 games to throw 2 touchdown passes. Like, yes, he's been electric, and he was fantastic on Monday night against Cincinnati.
He's been electric, Jackson.
Yeah, and we talk about, you say Caleb Williams and the Bears aren't winning. Well, the Commanders just, was it their first win of the year? Like,
No,
yeah.
I think
They lost against Tampa Bay, and then they lost in week 2.
That's tough.
So, look, I'm not trying to.
Except Caleb Williams hasn't been playing good football, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay, this is not we'll get into a Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams discussion later. I know that's going to happen. But honestly, if I had to do my top 5 just based on the first 3 weeks of the season, I'll throw Derek Carr at 5.
Boo.
Derek Carr at 5. I will put Sam Darnold at 4.
Boo.
I'm going to put Kyler Murray at 3. Who do I put 2? Because I know who I'm putting 1.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not going to put Aaron Rodgers number 2. Outside of last week, I'm putting Baker Mayfield at 2, and I'll put Josh Allen at number 1. That is my top 5.
I don't hate it. Mine looks different from y'all's. I don't hate it.
Here's why Sam Darnold.
Yeah, why does Sam Darnold not crack your list, dude? He's leading the league in touchdowns.
Because, and I'm trying to find the exact number. I doubt I'm going to be able to. I saw it earlier today. I want to say it's 284 of Sam Darnold's passing yards have come on 4 throws.
Okay.
That would, obviously it's only through 3 weeks. That would go down as the best deep ball success ratio ever in the NFL. That would go down as the biggest ratio from deep ball passing yards to normal passing yards in NFL history. It's not sustainable. It's not going to continue to be sustained. We're glazing him after 3 weeks.
We're not talking about sustainability. We're talking about the best 5 in the last 3 weeks. What are we talking about sustainability for? Give me your top 5 from the last 3 weeks, and you're taking out Sam Darnold?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm sorry. Like, I know everyone likes to clown
on
on Sam Darnold because he saw the ghosts and stuff. But to say that the guy who's leading the league in touchdown passes and only has 2 picks is not at least number 4, number 5 is wild to me.
Also, who have they played?
The 49ers. Yes, they've been injured.
The 49ers have looked horrible.
So,
and you're going to tell me the Sam Darnold is the reason they looked horrible? Please.
Okay. They just mollywopped Houston.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't believe
Bears.
Yeah, but the Bears defense is good.
MJ.
I didn't believe the Sam Darnold stuff against the Giants.
Let's have a conversation.
Like, I didn't believe it against the Giants. I thought, oh, this is just going to be a nice week 1 thing, blah, blah, blah.
So Sam Darnold has fewer. Literally, the only thing he has going for him the only thing he's top in is touchdowns. Everything else he's played.
And he's also undefeated. He's undefeated.
Okay.
He's 13th in yards. He's 13th in yards.
I'm putting Sam Darnold in my top 5.
And he has thrown 2 picks. He's thrown multiple other balls that should have been picks. Like, 67% completion percentage. Okay, cool. That game against Houston, when he wasn't throwing touchdowns, he did not look good. Like, his 4 touchdown balls, good. The rest of the game, he did not look good. One of those was also just a pure Aaron Jones creation. Sam Darnold gets credit for a passing touchdown, but throws a bubble screen. Like, if Connor wants to talk about, watching film and everything, have you watched Sam Darnold? Like, this
I have. That's why I'm putting him in my top 5. That's the reason he's in my top 5, because I've watched the mofo on the field. He's looked great. I'm not putting him number 1, but I'm putting him top 5. He leads the league in passing touchdowns. A team we thought, hold on, let me go full screen for this. A team we thought was going to be bad, the worst team in the NFC North, is actually the best team in the NFC North. We have the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions as of right now fighting for the number 1 overall pick in the entire league. And guess who stands atop that NFC North? The Minnesota Vikings, the team we thought was going to be bottom 3 in the league going into this year. They drafted J.J. McCarthy. We joked on him. J.J. McCarthy's hurt. Sam Darnold steps up. Sam Darnold has been playing the best football of his career, the best football of anybody in the league right now. I'm putting Sam Darnold top 5. He deserves to be top 5. If Sam Darnold is not top 5 in your list after what you have seen this season, I don't think you've watched a single Minnesota Vikings game, because he has looked fantastic. Put Sam Darnold in your top 5. Don't be blasphemous and watch football, MJ.
Yeah, MJ, watch football.
Yeah, watch football, guys.
Yeah, girl.
What?
What?
What in the?
She was talking about how she didn't like football
Connor,
today.
are you okay?
Connor, you know he's schizophrenic?
Do you know they're making new medicine for schizophrenia?
So Sam Darnold actually put up the fewest amount of points against the 49ers that any team has so far this season. Aaron Rodgers put up 32. Matthew Stafford put up 27. So if we're going to give credit to him for going over the 49ers, that's a conversation we need to have. The Houston defense has not looked good. Straight up. They have not looked good. They let the Bears stay in the game, which is just horrific. And they have not looked good this entire season. And then the New York Giants, really? We're going to give Sam Darnold any credit for anything having to do with the New York Football Giants that look like the New York Football Pee Wee Giants? Really? Like, what are we doing here? I cannot believe that we are actually considering Sam Darnold as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL through 3 weeks. That's just
But we are. He played like it. And the Giants won last week.
Okay, that's against the Browns. Let's. I'm not going to give Sam Darnold anything credit for anything he gets against the Giants. Like I said,
I'm giving him credit for the entire 3 weeks.
so.
But thank you, nice podcast. Come on, I'll send you the link. Come up on here. Come up on the Davis division. We'll treat you well. He's on fire, MJ. Sam Darnold, that cute little Jets draft pick where you go to the wasteland to ruin rookie quarterbacks. He went in there, did terrible. He went to Carolina, did terrible. And now he's in Minnesota where it's a little bit of chilly. It's a little chilly. Everything, his headlights are showing and everything. And he's playing some dang good football.
Okay.
So
Before you jump in, MJ, I want to play devil's advocate for you in your argument because I want to take a look at this. Yeah, he went 17 for 28 against Houston, but only threw for 181 yards, 6.5 yards average. He got sacked 4 times. Yes, you threw 4 touchdowns, but like you said, the one, you threw a great deep ball, and then the last 50 was Justin Jefferson. You get the bubble screen to Aaron Jones. So, yeah, and I mean, yeah, he still had 119.2 quarterback rating, looked great, but, I mean, he's only hit over 200 in 2 of his games. He barely scraped over 200 against the Giants. So, yes, I still think he's been a top 5 quarterback. Like, that's why I put him at 5 or 4. I don't think he's been top 3, but the stats he's been able to put up have looked good. Let's just see if it continues moving forward.
So he is the only category of any relevance whatsoever that he is top 10 in his passing touchdowns. It is not sustainable. And I don't care if you're evaluating through 3 weeks. I'm evaluating right now. Like, if I had to go win a game tomorrow, who am I taking? I'm not taking Sam Darnold. What he is doing is very fluky. He is not top 10 in any efficiency category. He is not top 10 in any adjusted category for yards per attempt or anything. Because you know what? What he's doing is fluky. And Vikings have a good little squad. They're going to get mollywopped on Sunday, but they got a good little squad. They're going to get a little reality check from the Green Bay Packers. But he is literally like he's not top 10 in pass completed, attempt, passing yards, yards per pass complete. Like, he is yards per pass completion because he had the 99-yard touchdown. Like, what are we doing here? Net yards per pass attempts. He's not. What are we doing?
MJ, let me stop you. Let me stop you there. Hold up. I know everybody's in here. Y'all keep watching. Don't click away because I got something to say. This is the Davis division, after all. Look, you want to say Sam Darnold? Oh, he's only top 10. He's only top 10. And
he's not top 10.
He's only top 10 in passing touchdowns, okay? He's number 1 in passing touchdowns. You want to know what else he's number 1 in, MJ? If I had to go out tomorrow and win a game, you know what he's number 1 is? He's number 1 in winning because right now his squad's undefeated. So if I had to go out there and win a game tomorrow, I'm picking the dude that's already won 3 games. But let me ask you something.
Then why didn't you put him number 1?
Hold up. Let me ask you. He's not number 1. He's number 2. For me. But let me ask you something.
He's number 2?
When you take the Giants, hold up, let's go back a couple years prior. When you take the Giants and they bring in Brian DeBall as their head coach, first time we've seen DeBall, they bring in Brian DeBall, okay? And the Giants we thought the Giants were going to be a top 5 draft pick that year. You know what the Giants did that year? They exceeded everybody's expectation. They brought it up to here. And you know what Brian DeBall won? Coach of the year that year. So what's happening is Sam Darnold is now meeting all of our expectations. And yes, MJ, I'm going to put him top 5 because he's not only meeting our expectations, he's exceeding it. And his squad is undefeated in 3 weeks of football, and he's looking good.
So,
okay.
Huh?
2 things. 1, if we're going to bring up Daniel Jones looking great under 1 year with Brian Daboll, what has happened in years 2 and 3 with Daniel Jones and Brian Daboll? He's gone back to the same quarterback he was, and why he will end up being the most expensive quarterback bust in a long time.
That wasn't the analogy I used, but you can keep going.
But no, I'm saying that you're saying that he finally has that Sam Darnold finally has a good offensive coach with Kevin O'Connell, which I think Kevin O'Connell is a fantastic offensive coach. And now he's exceeded the expectations. But I'm just saying, and what MJ has been saying is that what Sam Darnold's been doing is fluky. And everyone acknowledges that Daniel Jones, 2022, was extremely fluky. So that's number one. Number two, if we're talking about 3-0 quarterbacks, are you going to take Justin Fields in your top 5 because he's 3-0 with the Steelers, even though the Steelers defense has been holding teams to under 10 points per game? Like, I agree with you that Darnold's been playing well. He's a top 5 quarterback. But there are a lot of red flags so far, even so far.
Also,
and I don't think we can use just a 3-0 record as a thing. Because, again, Justin Fields is 3-0.
Okay, Mr. Nice Podcast. Like 4 things. First
Thank
of all,
you, Nice.
passer rating is a horrible stat. We all know it. Get that off my screen. He's playing like Tom Brady right now. Okay, now I know this.
Check down merchant. Sure,
This
I'll
has
go with
got to
that.
be Tanner. That's the only person that says stupid crap like this is Tanner Davis.
No, wait, no. Tanner is playing college football right now. I can tell you that
Okay,
it's
he
not
is?
him. He is. This
Okay,
is not
so
the joke.
it's some other idiot on the internet. Perfect.
He's not an idiot. I agree with you, Nice. Keep saying this.
So let me remind all of you, Patrick Mahomes exists. Like, are you actually in your right mind, Connor, saying you would take Sam Darnold to win a football game over Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen right now? You have got to be daft. What are you doing? Like, I don't understand the world that we live in now. I'm going off. I don't understand the world we're living in now where you get 3 weeks of fluky success and you're like, oh my goodness, Sam Darnold, he's so good. Oh my goodness, he won 3 football games. Thank you for that example, Jackson. Justin Fields is 3-0. Justin Fields hasn't done diddly doo-doo. And his defense has carried him the same way Tom Brady got carried to 7 Super Bowl rings. That's the same way that Justin Fields is getting carried by that defense right now. It's the same way Sam Darnold is. You want to know why? Because Brian Flores' defense, who, again, will get waxed on Sunday by Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, Brian Flores' defense has been putting people through the spin cycle. He made C.J. Stroud look like an idiot, okay? That's why Sam Darnold was throwing all these easy touchdown passes, because he was getting the ball on the other side of the field. He was doing nothing. Nothing. Aaron Jones has been way more valuable to the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold is not even the 3rd most valuable player on that offense. He's not even the top 10 valuable player on that team right now. I wouldn't even take him. I could list 15 quarterbacks that I would rather go win a football game with today than Sam Darnold. I could probably list 20. Give me Tom Brady off the couch. Give me Tony Romo off the couch over Sam Darnold. You got Justin Jefferson that wide open. Give me Connor Davis. Give me Connor Davis to throw that goal ball. When Justin Jefferson is that wide open, he's got his own zip code, okay? Even Connor could hit that go ball, okay? Even Mr. Nice Podcast Stupid could probably – no, he couldn't even throw it past the line of scrimmage. What are we talking about? List the 20? Deal. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There are 20 quarterbacks that I would rather have than Sam Darnold
Tony
right now.
Romo.
Somebody count.
Got you.
Somebody count.
We got you.
Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Tua when he's healthy, unfortunately not right now, Justin Herbert. Honestly, right now, after what I've seen, Malik Willis. Give me Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket. How many are we at? 21. Bang. Suck on that, Sam Darnold. Your little Minnesota Vikings skull self ain't going to do
You lost
crap.
again, Dak, buddy.
Honestly, Nick, yeah, me too. I'm sorry for that one. I listed 21. I'll take Dak off. I'm sorry.
No.
I'll take
I'm
Dak
not going
off.
to take any tactics.
Dak's leading the
I shouldn't
league
have
in
done that, Nick.
yards.
I know,
Come
I'm sorry.
on.
Hey,
Come on.
left hand up accountability, Nick. I'm so sorry. I should not have brought Dak into this conversation. He is in the same boat as Sam Darnold. Okay.
Good man.
You know,
Oh my god.
I love MJ because he argues on opinion.
But you
I
know,
love it.
you know who Sam Darnold's season is reminding me of right now? Just switch out Brian Flores for Vic Fangio and Kevin O'Connell for Matt Nagy, and you have the 2018 Chicago Bears.
Name 10 active QBs? I just named 20, you dum-dum. Open your ears, stupid.
Shit.
Huh?
Shit, I would take Caleb Williams with the Minnesota Vikings roster and coaching over Sam Darnold.
No, I would not. Connor,
What?
you're muted.
What?
You're-
Okay.
That's why I didn't open my mouth about Justin Fields earlier. Don't get me started on Caleb Williams now. Don't get me started on Caleb Williams. I got too
Oh
much
my God.
ammo for Caleb Williams. You do not
Oh,
want
I
it on
hate him
this
too much
this
right now.
episode of the Davis division.
What if we do though?
Dang it, Instagram disconnected the stream. You got to be such a hussy for that.
It auto disconnects after an hour, but it should still be up. We're good.
They're already ruining him. I can't believe it. Same Jack. Kirk Cousins? How behind is this guy?
Nice.
He
Listen to me.
must be
Nice.
like
Listen to me. Nice.
multiple.
Go to your YouTube. Click on the YouTube. Here, I'll full screen for you. Click on your YouTube. There should be a live button on the bottom left hand right here where my finger is. Click that button and it'll put you right where we are live talking right now so that you will not be. See, I'm trying to be nice with you because you're nice with me, but don't be nice with MJ.
Whoa!
Whoa. Okay.
What did I do?
Hey, Nick knows ball. Let's hear.
Oh,
Caleb
Nick.
Williams.
Nick wants me to go off on
Let's hear
Caleb
the
Williams.
Caleb Williams. Hey, Connor, hold on. Actually, first
I'm
off-
ready.
Actually, hold on. All three of you, I need you guys to be. I need you guys to be quiet real quick. You know why?
Yes, Si.
Because
Do it.
We have yet.
Do it, Si.
We have yet
Do
to
it,
hear.
Si.
Yet to hear home insurance, which we all know Tom Brady and Tony Romo have good home insurance. So when they come up off the couch to be better than whoever the hell y'all talking about, Sam Darnold, yeah, Sam Darnold's gonna go back to the couch and he's gonna get this nice, all good home insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Tepney at 704-464-4544, go ahead and ask him who he thinks the top 5 QBs are in the NFL as of right now. And if he doesn't say Sam Darnold, don't take his insurance. But if he says it,
Whoa!
lied about 5 times.
Jeff,
Over
I'm
again.
sorry. Jeff is a Packers fan. He's not going to say Sam Darnold. He has a brain. He's got brain cells, Connor.
I'm pretty sure the people that are saying Sam Darnold have brains, and it's really the opposite.
I've watched Sam Darnold for enough years to know that this is just 3 weeks of fluky BS.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but as of right now, Sam Darnold's in my top 5, top 3.
Oh.
As of right now.
Sam Darnold is going to run crying home to his mama after he looks at Jeff Halfley in the Packers defense on Sunday.
Quick interjection. Shout out to Nick. He and I went to college together. So shout out Nick. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Nick?
Nick,
My brother.
Mercinkiewicz.
Mercinkiewicz, baby. Woo-hoo! Sounds like some fancy cheese, and I'm here for it. Mercinkiewicz.
You smell like some fancy cheese.
Mercinkiewicz.
You got smell-o-vision now?
I smell you through that TV screen, Connor.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So Chaos Central. Let's talk about Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams
Ooh.
sucks.
Ooh.
Which one of you wants to talk about it?
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
I feel it's
baby.
only right that we should cleanse the palate before it is tainted by a biased person and then someone else who doesn't know ball.
Hold up. Which one am I? Hold up. Which one am I? Which one am I?
You're the biased person. You're the biased person. You're the biased person.
Am I the biased person?
You're the
No.
biased
I think Connor Davis.
No,
is
MJ's the biased person.
That's what I thought. You want to come up on my segment, on my show, on my yard. You want to come up on my yard in my town and tell me I don't know ball? I have a podcast with an NFL player. Do you hear me?
Yeah,
An
who got that for you? Who set
NFL
that up for
player.
you?
You did, MJ.
Yeah.
I am the one who has a podcast with an NFL player, and I am able to hold my own. Look at me. I am able to hold my own against that NFL player because I know ball. If I came out there and we talked about some defensive schemes and I had no idea what I was talking about, you know what I'd be doing? Instead of swimming with the Loch Ness, I'd be drowning with the Loch Ness. But hey, I'm afloat. I stay afloat. I know what I do. That's what I do. I know what I talk about because I know ball.
Connor Davis, I want you to look me dead in the eyes right now. The only ball you know are the two in my pants.
Whoa! Okay.
Oh, hold up. Oh, Paige gonna get me hot again. Hold me back.
Didn't Mississippi State lose to?
We think that this little boy with the Mississippi education, where they don't even know what 2 + 2 is down there.
Hold me back. Hey, I was blessed.
You can't even count to cover 6, Connor.
I was blessed with my education.
How many people on the football field? You don't even know what 22 is.
Education from me. I'm blessed with my education. That's one thing I have in my life is my education.
Because you went to a private school.
Now, don't get me started on Mississippi doesn't have ball. I'm in the South, Paige. I'm not from Chirac. I know ball. I'm not from Chirac where y'all drink tea and watch hockey and watch cricket, whatever you watch. I know. Listen to me, Paige. I know football. I am from the state that has the most NFL players per capita. The people that produce the most pro football players. You want to tell me Mississippi doesn't know football? You want to sit here and tell me Mississippi don't know football? Do you know who Jerry Rice is? Do you know who Walter Payton is? Do you know who Gardner Minshew is? Minshew Mania, baby. Go look up. Go do your research. Go look up. Do you know who Brett Favre is? Yeah, I bet you know who Brett Favre is. He's the guy that started for your team that your husband likes for years.
Yeah, and he scams poor people out of millions of dollars to build a volleyball stadium. Who's now claiming he has Parkinson's.
Hey, that's besides the point. I don't agree with what he did there. But I'm just telling you, people that have been in the state of Mississippi,
that
has been successful in the NFL. Okay. So for you to sit here and tell me that I don't know ball, and for Paige to tell me that I live in a state and go to school in a state where they don't know ball is extremely ignorant.
Okay.
So Connor, you think you're a big ball guy? Football players. You like ball?
I'm a very big ball guy.
Okay.
All right, let's turn this runaway truck so that way Rachy Rice doesn't crash into it at some point. So as I was saying before, this nuclear bomb that went off, I will right hand, left hand accountability, whatever you want to say, that Caleb Williams has not been as good as I thought he would be out of the gate, and
that's what we were talking about.
He has not been. Yeah. I don't think he has not been a top 15 quarterback right now. I will say that. I acknowledge that. Like
top 15? You're gonna be that generous? You're gonna be that generous? Bring that top a little back. I'd probably say 25, Jackson.
Okay,
might say 25.
Okay, so who are we putting ahead of Caleb Williams? Like, I know you got the 20. I know you have. I'm not
all the 20 I just named.
All right, I'm gonna take out Andy Dalton right now. I'm gonna take out Andy Dalton.
I ain't taking out Andy. I ain't taking out Andy Dalton. I ain't taking out Andy Dalton.
Okay,
that's doing one game played better than Caleb Williams all season. You throw a ball 52 times, you would think after you threw 100 things at the wall, one would stick. But nothing stuck for Caleb Williams that game.
Okay, Nick, I love you, dog, but he hasn't proven that yet.
Give me long neck Davis Mills.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Tyrod Taylor.
Okay. Yes, thank you. That's exactly it. That is exactly it.
Give me Deebo Samuel at Wildcat. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, yeah. But I will say that he is growing. And you know why he had to throw the ball 52 times? Is because DeAndre Swift, who I initially thought would be at least a halfway decent signing. I know Jack is all anti-paying running backs, which more times than not is right. He's been awful. At one point, he was averaging 1.9 yards per attempt against
It's
the
down to
Colts.
1.8 now.
1.8, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Close enough. And they refused to play Roschon Johnson, who has been easily the Bears' best running back. Not saying much right now. The offensive line has been horrible. We saw that on Sunday night against the Texans. And they have been, they were okay against the Colts, but yeah. So he's growing. And that, for me, like, yes, I want the Bears to make the playoffs. I want them to do well. But for me, this year is about Caleb Williams growing. And honestly, I was duped by the fresh cut and the sexy beard for Matt Eberflus and the least average play calling from Shane Waldron.
Don't forget about the painted nails.
Okay. Well, first of all, for his most yardage in the game, he didn't even have painted nails. So let's chill on that if you want to go down that road. But anyway, he's growing. And that is what this year is about. And yes, it took him 52 times to get 300 some odd yards. And yes, his interception on the sideline after the Bears picked off Anthony Richardson, horrible ball. Horrible decision, horrible ball. Should not have been thrown. The two other turnovers he had, one of them was one of the most insane deflections and catches on an interception I've seen in a long time. And the other one was relying on Cole Kmet and Mercedes Lewis to defend one of the best defensive rookies we've seen so far in Leatu Latu.
Yes.
I did that for you, Cy. I did that for you.
Thank you.
So, again, he has not been a good quarterback so far this year. But to just completely throw him under the bus and say he's been god awful, I think is a far stretch. There's not a ton of guys I would take. I would have Caleb Williams over right now, but I think it's a bigger number than I think you and Connor are about to say.
Can I tell you something, Jackson?
What's up?
So Caleb Williams, although he's throwing sub 60%, he's 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. He has been playing good football. Well, a lot of the Bears fans, including Bruce, came up on here and said, Caleb Williams, after his rookie season, he's going to be the best Bears quarterback in franchise history. He's going to have the best Bears quarterback season ever. Do you know what Caleb Williams is reminding me of, Jackson? Do you remember a man by the name of Kyle Orton who started for the Bears in 2005? This is about a season that Kyle Orton started back in 2005. Kyle Orton, for his stats in 2005, he had 9 touchdowns and 13 picks, but his team miraculously won 10 games. But that was because of the defense. Now, Caleb Williams is looking like another Kyle Orton, and he probably is going to have similar Kyle Orton stats. Maybe, I mean, not 2,000 yards passing. He'll have more than that, but nine touchdowns to 13 picks. It's looking like it's about to be in fruition in a couple weeks to come.
Outside of the counting stats, what film that you've watched with Caleb Williams so far is telling you that he's going to end up like Kyle Orton?
Don't bring up.
Yeah, he's been bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's been some rough decisions, but we're gonna condemn this kid to the Kyle Ortons and the Ryan Fitzpatricks of the world 3 games into his career?
Yes, I am. Because
blasphemous and such an overreaction.
Look. If it wasn't because of Bruce and you and all the Bears fans saying Caleb Williams was this generational talent and was going to be all off the chain, just this good guy, he's just going to come out here and make the Bears take him to the promised land. He's going to go 3-0 in his first 3 starts. Look, we got to be real with ourselves. Caleb Williams right now, he's playing like Kyle Orton. Yes, he is. When you throw and you want to say, what film did you watch, Connor? What film did you watch, Jackson? Me and you both know you watched last game. There is not a single quarterback other than probably Skylar Thompson who will throw the ball 52 times and get the result Caleb Williams had last game. It was bad. It was terrible to watch. And you're like, okay, yes, a running game does help a quarterback. I'm not going to disagree. A running game helps a quarterback tremendously. That's why Derek Carr has been playing so good this season, because the run game is what Clint Kubiak brought to New Orleans to make Derek Carr more comfortable in his surrounding pocket and the surrounding area. Caleb Williams, one, has a bad O-line and a bad rushing game. He's not comfortable, which is why they force him to throw the ball 52 times. But if you're going to throw the ball 52 times, throw it right. I mean, you threw the ball 52 times. You're looking like Kyle Orton. I don't know what else. I don't know what else. Men lie, women lie. I mean, you can lie, Jack, but numbers don't. I'm looking at numbers, and they're looking bad.
You haven't used any numbers. You just talked a bunch.
I told you he's 2 touchdowns for the season. He hasn't thrown more than 60% completion. He's thrown 4.
He literally has thrown his last 2 games. He's had over 60% completion.
What's his completion on the year?
59.3.
Thank you.
Yeah, his last 2 games.
Okay, let's talk about his offensive line, Connor.
It's bad. It's bad. I know it's bad.
Let's talk about the playing calling of Shane Waldron, who I said would be a terrible
receiver. And if you remember going back, obviously I disagree with Bruce's statement of him being generational talent. But if you go back, I said that I like Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in this draft. But I don't think Caleb Williams is a bad quarterback. I think he's in a bad situation. And for me to say that, is difficult, because now Caleb Williams, hindsight's 2020, remember that, MJ? Going into the season, we thought Caleb Williams had the best situation of any rookie quarterback ever. It looked like he had it, and now that we've seen what's happening, on paper he did.
To be clear, you said that, I didn't.
And now that, yes, I did say that. And now that and Bruce also agreed with me. And now that we've seen what's happened, we're like, oh, wait, the situation, it's not like we thought it was. Expectation here, Bears reality. Expectation here, Vikings reality. That's why when people beat their expectations, you put them on a higher pedestal. But when people don't meet them, you can't put Caleb Williams in the top 25 at QB. You just can't.
Just like you can't put Sam Darnold there.
Okay.
Let's not go that far, MJ.
I'll put him at 22.
Let's not go that far. But I'm not saying
Brett Favre above.
I'm not saying I hate Caleb Williams. I mean, obviously, I like to put on a little show. I like to be this polarized kind of opinion so that I can come on here and make Bears fans mad. That's what I do. That's what I like to do, so that I can make a video out of it and people watch it. I mean, that's why I had over. I mean, it's a lot for us. So if I say this number and it's not alarmingly large, and then please excuse me, but that's why I had over 15 comments, which is usually more, and over 500 views, which is usually more than what we usually get on a video that said, "Do Bears fans regret Justin Fields leaving?" And the amount of passionate Bears fans that went on there and said, "Yes, no, maybe. Caleb Williams is bad. Caleb Williams is good. He's the next Jesus Christ of football." It's good for content.
What's also good for content is bringing the beautiful bearded man.
Oh, bring him in. Wait. Let me get ready.
Oh, I got you. Hold up.
You bring him in?
There you go.
Oh, shit, I already screwed up.
Too late.
All right. I already wanted to talk about this. Connor, this is going to be a quick little baseball talk. So you probably
okay. That's fine. Bye, guys.
So bye. We can add Cy in here for this as well. What Jack said.
Fuck him.
What Jack said. First of all, Kenny, before I obliterate an elderly man, how are you doing?
I'm good. Living the dream. How are you guys doing?
Much better than the Oakland A's and the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Sox can't even be great at being bad. Like,
they can't even lose that last game.
They should have just lost the last game to have that record. Just be bad. It's okay.
Are they? Are they done? How many?
No, there's still like 7 or 8 games left.
There's like 3 games left.
I think
Really?
there's like 3 or 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last series of the weekend is this series.
Okay.
Okay, so they got a couple more chances to lose.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they put
Tigers.
back
They're on the
Shades
road
to
against
try
the
to
Tigers.
get the Tigers out the playoffs. It's
Yeah.
really
Which I think is really funny.
they can't even lose right. It goes right back on it. Can't even lose right.
Can't lose that.
So there are a few things, and I'll give my dad a shout out. He also personally asked for this to be discussed tonight.
Papa Mike.
So my dad has been an Oakland A's fan his entire life. That is why I'm an Oakland A's fan. I mean, I've got I've got this. I've got so much A's stuff. If you
Ricky
look,
Henderson's right over there.
yeah, if you look back there, I've got the flag of Ricky Henderson stealing the record-breaking bag. Like literally, I have our little Dumbo, our little mascot. His mask is a little messed up. He's had a rough day at the office. But I've been paying attention to the Oakland A's my entire life. My dad grew up in California and was 12, 13, and 14 when they won 3 straight World Series. That is the same. That's the level of baseball that Oakland was used to. That's the level of baseball that Oakland was capable of. They have always been one of the best teams when it comes to drafting, developing. Even in recent years, they have struggled to not be competitive because they keep drafting and developing good players. You get Mason Miller out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you've got a lights out closer, and the organization's like, "Oh, that's not good. We don't want to be winning these games. Get him out of here." So it's really I can recount so many memories. The concussion I told Jackson about earlier was during one of those series against the Tigers. It was the ALDS, I think 2012 or 2013. And I know there's a specific Justin Verlander quote. He was pitching game 2 or 3 of that series, and he got to a 3-0 count against one of the A's players. And he said the stadium got so loud it sounded like he just gave up the game-winning run on a 3-0 count in the 3rd inning. That is I have that in my head. I have the "We Believe in Steven Vogt" chants from the bleacher crazies. There are so many things that those fans have, even specifically the fans and the team when it was good. I have so many memories of that. And I honestly, I wish I could have my dad on here because he would have way more than me, obviously. But baseball is better when the Oakland A's were good and when that stadium was full. And I know we've talked about it on here multiple times. It really just makes me sad. There are so many amazing baseball fans in Oakland and just completely disrespected, disregarded. I understand they can go to Sacramento. That's where they're going?
Yeah, for the next 3 years.
Yeah. They can make the little trip to Sacramento. It's a little day trip. It's nothing. But it's just ridiculous that they're pretending that this is a good thing. And the last thing I'll say is shame on every other owner in Major League Baseball that is letting this happen. I'm not surprised by Rob Manfred. I am surprised by the rest of those owners. Just pretending not to see this. You can tell by that game today that anytime the fans want to,
it means more.
Yeah. Anytime that they want to, those fans can and will show up. You have a reason, they will show up. And, you've seen it countless times when the A's are in the playoffs, that stadium will be packed.
I would love to win this October baseball in the Coliseum.
Yeah. It was a special sight. Game 162 against the Rangers, what was that, 2012?
Yeah, I just saw that clip.
Yeah, so game 162 sold out 47,000 fans on a afternoon day game. Surprised the world, win the AOS. It's just there's so many times, you've got Moneyball. It's just wild that Major League Baseball and John Fisher have actually let this happen. And I think it's it's something that I haven't even really I've been so dismissive towards the A's really for the last 4 years, since they traded Chapman and Olsen, and since they really just tore it down for the last time. It just sucks, man. It just sucks. I don't like it. I'm not even angry at this point. I'm just sad, disappointed.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a huge tragedy for the Oakland fans, and it's been happening to them for the past several years, right? You had the Warriors move to basically to San Francisco. You had the Raiders exit the Coliseum a little bit earlier than that, and now you've got this happening to them. So I really feel bad for the fans of Oakland. But as a stadium chaser like I am, I'm a little excited to see the next couple stadiums that they'll play at. I'm going to be going to both of them, so.
Yes, Kenny.
Just from that aspect, I'm excited, but I do feel bad for the fans of Oakland, and I think it's a shitty way for it to have happened. I think Vegas should get an expansion franchise instead of relocating a team, for sure.
Yeah, it's beyond disgusting what MLB and what the whole sporting world has done to the city of Oakland. And the world at large, just condemning it to a hellscape because of whatever narratives people want to push about how Oakland actually is. And so I sincerely hope my hope is the pipe dream hope that there are local Oakland buyers who are interested in buying the team and who would be able to set up a deal with the city of Oakland.
They want Vegas so bad. It's inevitable at this
so
point.
bad, and it's so much worse than the Howard Terminal project. They still don't even have funding yet for the Vegas project.
And they can't. John Fisher can't sell the team because he signed an agreement with all of the owners of Major League Baseball that if he was going to relocate to Vegas, he can't sell the team until 2032. Or something like that, without taking a 25% cut, which would be given to Major League Baseball of the sale, no matter what the price is. So he's not selling the team. He's just not, because he's not gonna sacrifice that money.
And it comes down to, when is enough enough? You're a multi-billionaire who owns an MLB franchise, and you're not willing to admit defeat and try and save Oakland baseball.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's genuinely just saying this out loud, actually seeing Coliseum packed. It's we're taking this away and nobody gave a fuck. Yeah, and John Fisher's old as balls, and he's ugly, and I can say so many bad things about him. But no. Free Oakland. They deserve better. Fuck John Fisher. Tell it's backwards. I want to meet him just to kick him in the nuts.
But this is a common thread in Major League Baseball, right? This happened to Montreal. It happens constantly, and especially in baseball, and it needs to stop, really.
It won't stop because they hate the small market teams.
Yeah, there's still been rumors that the Brewers might eventually move out of Milwaukee and go to Nashville or something.
Yeah. Well, both them and the White Sox are playing the same game to try and get a new stadium built in their city. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
The Brewers really don't need a new stadium.
It's showing signs of wear and tear, but that's just because it's a retractable roof. The actual stadium itself is still beautiful. It's just the retractable roof sucks. It doesn't work half the time.
Yeah, because my stepdad told me this story because he knew some of the people who died when this crane accident happened, when the stadium was being built. They were operating a crane when the wind was over the legal limit for them to operate a crane. And so either some part of the crane fell or something like that happened. And there's a small gap in the retractable roof at Miller Park. And that's part of the reason why it doesn't work.
Oh.
Yeah, look it up. It happened in the 90s when the stadium was first being built. It's sad and it's stupid.
I mean, you have the Rays, and the Rays do need a new stadium because they're playing basically in a hockey arena. But the Rays have tried to negotiate a deal to play half the season back in Montreal, or not back in Montreal, but in Montreal. They've also talked about just moving the Rays to Montreal altogether. I mean, these are just things that just the owners are billionaires. The city has enough money to both sides can meet an agreement. It's just this one in particular, MLB wants to be in Vegas, so they're going to make it happen no matter what.
No, that's spot on. Because everything's about that money. It's not about what it once was.
Yep.
Nothing we can do about it. We're just the average fan. We just have to expect to be happy and agree with it no matter what happens. They don't care what we think.
Unfortunately.
They should care what we think, but no. There's a reason why baseball went from America's pastime to
Say it, Jack.
For a sport that say it, Jack.
Say it, Jack.
They went from pastime to a sport that nobody cares about, and everybody's asking why. Like, oh, how can we get more people to watch baseball? I don't know. Maybe care. Maybe, I don't know. End blackouts. Maybe don't take teams away. Just
don't put them behind a paywall on Apple TV.
Also, real quick, since we're ripping people, from Paige, just a heads up: Mississippi State is 9-16 conference post-COVID. USM is 8-16. Connor knows mediocre football.
Just wait for the jump. I'm just waiting for him to jump back in and start yelling. Anyways,
he's got nothing to say.
Anyways,
all right,
transition, coach's corner.
Yeah, Kenny, you got some college for us?
I do.
Hold up!
There he is.
I ain't here to talk about mediocre football because she left the conference team in Mississippi that I don't want to even talk about, and I don't want to give them credit for it. So I will take that comment wholeheartedly because you left out a team that's obviously has a better record than both those two combined, but I don't want to talk about them. But I do want to talk about
Jackson State?
Ole Miss.
Jackson State?
Alcorn State. Car insurance.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeffrey Tebney at 704-464-4544, go ahead and ask him who he thinks the state with the best football is.
Yeah, it's Alabama.
Connor, you want to do Coach's Corner?
Do you want me to do Coach's Corner?
Kenny today? I don't know college.
Can I give it a can I give it a proper introduction then?
Sure. Yeah, I'll sit in the back row for this one. Go ahead.
Okay, sweet. Hey, Kenny.
How's it going?
I'm gonna give you a proper introduction.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I'm gonna go full screen for this one. Let me put my microphone in the thing so you know I'm doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the man with the plan, the man who only shaves twice a year, about as frequently as you've seen the Chicago Bears win a game. This is the man with the longest beard in sports entertainment. He is Kenny, the coach, with Coach's Corner.
Oh, I won.
It's actually like 2 times in the past 28 years, but yeah, who's counting?
Oh, man.
Or 24 years, I guess. All right.
I'm excited I've never been on the college part of Coach's Corner. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this will be fun.
And I know what game we have this.
and just to get it out of the way, just to start things off with, so we don't ruffle any feathers.
Yeah.
Go with Georgia heading to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama. Georgia is favored by 2 points, and the spread is at 48.5. So it's basically a pick'em game. There's a lot of reasons to pick Alabama at home, thinking that they're going to be able to upset Georgia, but I think Georgia's got this one real easy. I think they're going to be able to cover the spread, and I think they're really going to be able to hit the over on this one. So I'll take Georgia 37-20.
Okay, Kenny, I'm glad you started with this one because I'm going to agree with you. I think even though Alabama's at home, we're done with the Nick Saban era. This is a new head coach. He's got to prove a lot, and so beating Georgia would prove, hey, this is why Alabama hired me in the first place. This is why Alabama went out and got me to be their next head coach to succeed. Sorry. So I'm going to give it to Georgia. I don't think Alabama's at that point where Kellen DeBoer can say, hey, I'm the next Nick Saban. I think Georgia comes in. They beat Alabama, I'll say 20-10. I think it'll be a close game.
Why are they so slow?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Georgia or Alabama's got the horses for this one just yet. The next game we'll go with Texas is hosting Mississippi State. Texas is favored by 38.5 right now.
Why did you do this one, Kenny? Oh my gosh, why did you put this one on Coach's Corner?
Well, you wanted SEC ball. I'm giving you SEC ball. And the over-under is at 62.5. Listen, Texas is the real deal too. It may or may not be their year. I haven't seen yet if yours is coming back for this one, but I got to give it to Texas. I think them at home, Mississippi State, a shell of itself from what it used to be. Texas wins, covers, they hit the spread. I think they might hit 38 themselves in this one. So I'm going to go Texas 42, Mississippi State 17.
Oh my gosh, Kenny. Okay. This game, this is not the game that we're deciding who wins, okay? But I did give Nate a little history lesson because I talked about this of State when they beat Texas when the Texas was like ranked super high. The head coach at the time, Jackie Sherrill, Texas was ranked 5th in the country. Jackie Sherrill was like just hired, and the reason State won, and this is it, Jackie Sherrill had a bull come to Scott Field in Davis Wade Stadium, and he castrated the bull right in front of the whole football team and said, that's what I want you to do on Saturday. But I feel like the Bulldogs might get neutered at the end of this week. And so this is not because I listen, like I just saw your score. I think Texas wins 41-17. I like your score, Kenny, because I have just about the same one. So Texas does win. If State can miraculously win, I want Paige to go back and delete all of her comments about Mississippi State on this live stream.
For sure. All right, I've got next one, little Big Ten action for you. Illinois heads to Penn State. Illinois coming off that impressive victory over Nebraska. Penn State still trying to figure out everything. I think they most recently went up against Kent State and demolished them. Penn State's favored by 17.5. The over-under is at 47.5. I think this one's a lot closer of a game. I think something is telling me that Illinois is not as authentic as they appear to be right now. I think that eventually they're going to hit that roadblock, and it's going to be a big roadblock. It might be Penn State. I got them. Penn State Nittany Lions win. I'll say 24-17. It's going to be close though.
I mean, we just have close scores this game, I guess. I was talking about Luke Altmaier with my buddy earlier. He was like, oh, I think Luke Altmaier is a top 12 quarterback in the country. And I was like, maybe. I don't know if I can put him that far. I watched him play last week. He didn't look bad. He looked pretty decent. But I don't think Illinois comes and beats Penn State. I mean, I think the score's going to be like 27-14. I'm gonna put that out there. I think 27-14 is a better score. Obviously, Penn State, the spread was like 14, right?
17.5.
17.5. So I guess they don't cover the spread. So I'm gonna say 27-14. They only win by 2 possessions. And Luke Altmaier tries to compete in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think Altmaier reminds me a lot of Aller, the Penn State quarterback, and so I think it's going to be an interesting matchup between two kind of throwback style quarterbacks, maybe just trying to figure out who they are, what their identity is. But yeah, I think Penn State's going to handle this one pretty well. All right, third game up, actually a Friday night game. Colorado, which I can't believe I keep talking about Colorado, but Colorado heads down to Orlando to play UCF. UCF is favored by 14 points. The over-under is at 65. Coach Prime, I'm sorry. I was a believer. I thought you were the real deal. I thought Colorado was going to change the whole world, but UCF has it right now. I think they win. They win pretty easily, 35-17.
You're gonna do UCF? Are you gonna do Colorado like that? Oh, Colorado's they're on a high after doing what Shador did against Baylor last week. I mean, look bad against Nebraska. Oh man,
They didn't look great against Colorado State.
No, they didn't. But I'm gonna believe him for this game. Okay, UCF. I honestly don't know much about them. I'm gonna be completely straight up. I don't know much about UCF. I don't. Last I heard about UCF was John Rice Plumlee was over there. So, and I know he's not there anymore. So, I'm not sure how good they are this year. Kenny, do you have their record for me?
I can pull it
so
up
I can
real
kind of
quick.
gauge it off that because
a lot of people
I don't know
sleep
much
on
about
them.
them.
A lot of people sleep on UCF. Let's see.
I don't know much about UCF to sit here and
They're 3-0 right
confidently
now.
give you
1-0 in conference play. And they have a tough stadium to play at. Like, you think it's just, like a little stadium right outside of Disney World or outside of the Kennedy Space Center, but that's a tough place to play in.
Okay. You convinced me. I was going to say close game, and I was going to give it towards the Buffaloes. I'm going to say 24-21 UCF. I think it's close. I after what I saw against Baylor, that Colorado team looked not like a playoff contender or anything, but definitely a contender in this game. So I'm gonna say 24-21 and give it to UCF, but I think it's a closer game than most people realize.
Yeah, I have such high expectations for Colorado just because they seem to be they have a lot of talk behind them, but the actual on-field product, they're not beating the teams that they should be easily handling, right? Like Colorado State should have been a walk in the park. But even last year, it wasn't a walk in the park. That went very close, nail biter. Baylor was a tough game for them to win. I think there was also some shenanigans towards the end of the game that made it a little bit more challenging. And I really thought Nebraska would have been a much closer game, and it wasn't. So, yeah, I have my doubts about Colorado right now. All right, next game is, let's see. All right, next game is Oregon starts Big Ten play finally, and they get to do it against UCLA. So two brand new Big Ten schools going up against each other. Oregon heads on the road. They're favored by 25.5, and the the over-under is 55.5. I've seen nothing out of UCLA that's been impressive yet this season, so I'm going to take Oregon winning easily. They've struggled too. There's something going on out in the West Coast. They're struggling a little bit in their new conferences, but Oregon handles this one 42-21.
I don't use Oregon, Kenny. Like they've kind of unimpressed me this season. Like they struggled with Idaho. They almost lost to Boise State. I mean, they beat Oregon State pretty bad. But I don't know if that I can say that continues. I'm not going to say they score more than 40. Obviously, this is a no-brainer who wins. You put a no-brainer game on here. I understand that. UCLA, I don't know if they scored double digits. I'm going to say I want to give them double. I'm just going to be generous. I'm going to say 38-10. Oregon was it was 25.5. Yeah, so Oregon covers the spread.
All right. And then let's see. Last game is Virginia Tech on the road at Miami. Miami's favored by 17.5, and the over-under is at 54.5. I'm actually surprised that Miami's favored by nearly three scores at this point, just because Virginia Tech seems to be getting better and better as the season's going on. So I think this one's a little bit more of a nail biter. I don't think they even hit the over on this one. So I'll actually take Virginia Tech, especially with that spread. I'll take Virginia Tech, but it's going to be very close. I think like 24-21 region.
Ooh, Kenny. Virginia Tech. Did they not lose to Vandy this year?
Yeah, but that's your SEC team.
yeah, but it's like Vanderbilt's like the crustacean of the, and now State's joining them, but they're like the crustaceans of the SEC. Vandy's been a crustacean, a bottom feeder for so long. I'm not giving this to Virginia
they're there
Tech.
for the baseball. I get it, but
I can't give this one. Like Miami's the ACC front runner, right? So I don't think we can give this to Virginia Tech. I mean, the spread, as you said, was 3 scores. So what, 21 and 21?
It's 17 and a half.
17
so just barely into that 3-score range.
I don't think Virginia Tech has and I could be wrong. Like you could clip this and say, "Oh, Connor, you're wrong this game." I don't think Virginia Tech has a chance after what I've seen. You lose to Vanderbilt. I mean, you lose to Rutgers, like the crustacean of the Big Ten. I mean, I got to give it to Miami. I think Miami walks the dog with. I think they walk the dog. Give me Miami, but give me 45-21, Kenny. Give me a big game. I think Miami walks the dog with this one. They got to.
I don't disagree. Miami can win the game. I just think that 17.5 points is a little disrespectful. I know the blunder against Vanderbilt, but anything can happen on any given Saturday. So I'll definitely take Virginia Tech with that spread. I'm not saying that they'll win outright. I'm not going to pull the Lee Corso routine out, but I think it'll be a little bit closer than everybody thinks.
What do you think about Miami and ACC right now? Do you think they're the ones that win it?
Yeah, I think nobody else is even close in the ACC. Everybody seems to be laying eggs right now. Duke came out very slow, but they had a head coaching change. Florida State's nowhere to be found. Georgia Tech looked pretty decent, but Georgia Tech kind of fades early. So yeah, right now I give it the very early advantage to Miami, and really it should be their conference to lose almost every season, anyways. So it's good to see them back towards the top. No, it really the ACC should be down to just like the Big Ten, right? It should be down to like one of two teams, and really it should be Miami, FSU all the time.
Really, Kenny? You're forgetting one team that's won it the most in the past 10 years.
Well, fuck Clemson, Connor.
So, like, I think it's Clemson's conference to lose. I think it's absolutely Clemson's conference to lose.
It'll be a good matchup if they end up playing in the conference championship. But I think Miami would beat Clemson for sure.
It hasn't been Miami's conference to lose since we were watching 360p on our box TVs back in the early 2000s, Kenny. I mean,
well, and that back then they were actually the Big East back then. They weren't even in
the they were. They weren't even ACC. That's right. So it's like
that was Florida State's conference to lose only back then.
Has it ever been Miami's conference to lose?
Probably not. I think they had a decent run in the mid 2010s, but yeah, other than that. I'm so mad at Bill O'Brien because he bailed on Ohio State, but he's doing a good job over at BC too.
I like Boston College. I like what's Castellanos? Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
it's
going to be a shame when the ACC implodes like the Pac-12 did last year, because there's some good stories coming up through that.
Well, Kenny, I appreciate you letting me be on here for the college part, but I think you know what time it is to go ahead and round off your little NFL weeks. I got the ticker right there.
Nice.
For you. I always make it for you. So I don't know who wants to jump on for NFL.
You already know.
Jackson does. If MJ's here, I'll Sai wants to. I think this might have to be a speed run.
MJ's going pee right now. Actually, I just watched him walk out of his room.
Oh, is he coming back?
What place for him?
Is MJ coming back?
Come on, Papa. Puppy, you gotta do your job. Come on. Hi, puppy.
This has got to be like the speediest of speed runs, MJ.
Okay, I
You guys
will.
got 10 minutes.
I will play Bruce. I can get this
Are you
done.
playing Bruce? Okay.
10
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, but don't yap as much as Bruce. Just
I'm good. All right, Saints, Falcons. Falcons at home. Falcons favored by 2.5.
wait. What about the game tonight?
I don't care about no Cowboys, Giants. Both this teams doo-doo. They both lose.
Cowboys go. They both lose.
Yeah,
He's
because whoever
running-
wins gets a lower draft pick. So yeah, whoever wins loses.
Giants suck. Cowboys suck even more. Dak Prescott is doo-doo. Joke of an NFL franchise. All right. I couldn't care less about that game. Saints, Falcons. Falcons favored by 2.5 at home. I am going to take the Falcons in a very close game.
Perfect.
I am gonna ride the Derek Carr train. I'm saying I'm taking the Saints.
He's gonna
Falcons, I guess.
You
have
guess,
zero
Kenny.
I have zero confidence in that pick, but I'm going to take the Falcons. I'm hoping they bring out the throwbacks and they win.
They're bringing
Now,
the red helmets. They're bringing
This
the red
is the
helmets.
Saints game to win. The Saints go into Atlanta, start their season 3-1 in the first 4 weeks, and they beat the Falcons. Next game.
Rams, Bears. Bears favored by 3 at home, which means it's a pick 'em. Bears have a talented quarterback. Or the Rams have a talented quarterback. The
Oh,
Bears
thank you.
don't.
Thank you, MJ.
The Bears don't. The Bears don't. The Bears do not. Bears don't have an O-line. The Bears' skill group is way overvalued. Rams win, blow them out by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I'm gonna disagree with that entirely, considering who they've gone up against and haven't been blown out yet. I'm gonna say this is a 2-point win for the Bears, 23-21.
Sorry.
Rams all day. No offensive line. Offensive coordinator is terrible. Head coach is terrible. It's time to start firing people in that front office. I hope the Rams demolish the Bears just for that.
Rams win. Next game.
All right. We got Vikings at Packers. Spread right now, we got Green Bay is favored by 3.
You don't have to do the spread. We got to speed run it.
All right, then Vikings,
Who's your pick?
Packers. Packers win, Packers cover. Sam Darnold is about to go through the gulag next.
As much as this pains me, I believe Jordan Love is coming back. And honestly, I give them a puncher's chance, even with Malik Willis. And how well that Packers defense is playing. Give me the Packers, but in another tight one.
Gotta be MJ.
I'll take the Vikings. Sure. I got nothing to say about it. Vikings win.
That's fine.
Okay.
Next.
If Malik Willis is in, Vikings win. If Jordan Love's in, Packers win. But I'm going with the Vikings. Sam Darnold, MVP candidate. Next game.
Steelers, Colts. Steelers favored by 1.5. It's a pick. I like the underdog story. I like the Colts at home. They win by a field goal.
Screw them Colts. Justin Fields winning this football game.
Oh, I said Packers.
Yeah, MJ.
Yes.
Packers.
I'm going with the Steelers too. As good as the Bears defense is and how bad they made Anthony Richardson look, TJ Watt is going to put Anthony Richardson in hell this week. Give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers by 10.
Steelers by 2 scores. Justin Fields is going to keep proving everybody wrong.
There he is.
That's what he does, Kenny. That's what he does. Justin Fields, the ex-Bears, Chicago Bears starting quarterback, the one the Chicago Bears fans wish they still had, is going to trounce the Colts.
Okay.
They're going to win by
Okay.
17. Steelers win this game. Next game.
What happened to not yapping?
Broncos, Jets in the Meadowlands. Jets favored by 7.5. Aaron Rodgers, good. Bo Nix, very much not good. Jets win by 2 tutties.
I'm going to hop on, especially with the Jets at home.
He's gonna what now?
I said I'm hopping on the bandwagon. Is that...
You said I'm going to hop
You
on.
said you're gonna hop on. You left it at that.
Okay.
What are you
Whatever.
hopping on? Jackson?
You know what I meant.
Hold on, good sir.
Broncos had their one good game, and they will now get back to sucking. Give me honestly, screw it. Give me the Jets by 3 touchdowns.
What?
He really is
Wow.
hopping on Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my goodness.
We are.
This is a game I could care less about. Jets, just because they're home and have better uniforms.
I was going to say Jackson and I were going to hop up on the Virgin Airlines together and pick the Jets, but he flipped his commitment. Let me go Jets on this one. Next game.
All right. Eagles, Buccaneers. Who knows if this game is actually going to be played?
Oh, that's right.
Philly favored by 2 in Tampa. This is chaos for everybody involved.
Call the line if you've been on this game. I repeat, call the line if you've been on
Call the line. Say it to me, Jack.
this game. Say it to me, Jack.
I guess this is not my official call the line game, but I would say Eagles. I think. Yeah, give me Eagles. I think they're still the better team.
This is my call the line game.
I think the Bucks are going to be hungry to avenge their embarrassing performance against the Broncos. Give me the Bucks by a touchdown. Nick Sirianni's a fraud.
Whoa.
Wow. I'll take the Bucks, but only by like 3 points.
So Kenny is betting on Baker Mayfield. Got you.
Next.
Purely emotional pick. Give me the Eagles. I want them to trounce the Buccaneers by 4 scores. Next game.
Bengals, Panthers. Bengals favored by 4.5 on the road. I swear on everything that is good and right in this world, if the Bengals somehow lose this game, I will send Joe Burrow into the heavens. I swear. Yeah, Bengals win. Bengals covered.
I'm calling this now. I'm going to be the bold one. Give me the Red Rifle in a revenge game. 28-21 Panthers.
It'll be so funny if he gets Zach Taylor fired.
There's no rhyme or reason to ever pick the Panthers right now, but the Bengals have been so bad, you almost become tempted. But I guess I'll go Bengals just because I believe in Joe Burrow still.
Red Rocket legacy game. Andy Dalton beats his old team. Panthers lose. Emotional pick. Next game.
What?
Jaguars, Texans. This isn't going to be close.
I meant Bengals lose. Sorry.
Texans at home, favored by 6. I think Texans trounce the Jaguars. I think it's still Doug Peterson, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
Doug Peterson is now no longer the coach after this game.
Not for long.
I like that.
Yeah, give me the Texans. They are going to be much like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, wanting to avenge their embarrassing performance at home. Give me the Texans by 17.
Yeah, I'm still drinking the Texans Kool-Aid, so I'll take the Texans in this one easily.
Texans win. Next game.
Size being loud in my living room. Commanders, Cardinals. Cardinals favored by 3.5 at home. So basically a pick 'em. Give me the Cardinals in a very close game, probably by a field goal.
It's not my fault your TV's loud.
Sorry,
Sorry, guys. I turned on the Thursday night game.
You know what? I'm actually, as much as I have been kind of shitting on him a little bit, not too much, give me Cliff Kingsbury in a revenge game. Give me the Commanders by 2.
Ooh.
Marvin Harrison Jr. scores 3 touchdowns. Cardinals win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cliff Kingsbury's a revenge game going back against his old team. My glorious savior and offensive rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels, leads the Commanders to a victory in this one. Commanders win. Next game.
Patriots, 49ers. 49ers favored by 10 at home. That spread is too small. Give me 49ers by 20. The Patriots are going to run crying to their little mamas after this game is over.
I'm doing this for Jack, left hand up. But
Flip
for
it,
this
yeah.
one, I'm gonna double what MJ said. Give me the Niners by 40. Like Nick Bosa is gonna be licking his chops with Jacoby Brissett back there. If you know, you know.
Whoa!
How do you follow that up? He's right. So, yeah, 49ers by I guess I'll take 30 then. I'll meet you guys in the middle on that one. But, yeah, Nick Bosa is going to demolish that Patriots offensive line.
49ers by 49. Next game.
Whoa, 49ers by 49. Browns, Raiders. This is my call the line game of the week. Why
are they calling the line?
They're literally calling the
MJ.
line. Browns.
They're really calling the hotline.
Raiders win and cover.
You're the hotline, MJ.
The hotline he's busy.
give me the Raiders over the nasty man. Let Gardner Minshew throw for 3 touchdowns.
Raiders all day.
All right,
Minshew Mania.
Minshew
Raiders. Scott, quit skipping me.
My
Next game.
bad. Okay. Chiefs, Chargers. Chargers at home. Casey's only favored by 7. Let's give me Jimmy Harbaugh and Jay Herbo. Chargers win.
Justin Herbert's injured. Taylor Heineke starting.
Is that
I
confirmed
withdraw
that he's
my
starting?
pick. I withdraw my pick.
It's like 90%. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was leaning towards playing. I withdraw my
Okay.
pick. Chiefs win, Chiefs cover.
Okay. I was going to pick the Chiefs anyway, but I'm definitely picking the Chiefs now. I think they're going to keep it a lot closer, especially with how the Chiefs have been playing. Give me the Chiefs, but the Chargers cover.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs have this one pretty easily. The only thing that the Chargers have going for them is that it's at their stadium, but even that they usually fill with visiting fans. So Chiefs, I'll take the Chiefs by 2 scores.
Chiefs by 3 scores.
Give me a Chiefs in another game that's going to be determined by the refs. Next game.
Dear goodness, Mr. Scripted. Bills, Ravens. Ravens get doo-dooed on at home. They're favored by 2.5. Give me Bills by 2 tutties.
I'm also going to go Bills, but in karmic justice, it's going to be a last-second touchdown by Dalton Kincaid in the back of the end zone where his foot will not be out of bounds.
That's funny.
Yep, exactly. I agree 100% with Jackson on that one. So Bills, last second score.
Bills win. Josh Allen, best QB in NFL. Next game.
Titans, Dolphins. This is my bonus call the line game. Like for real. Look me dead in the eyes. Please call the line. Please. Like, I will dial for you. If you're betting on Will Levis versus Tim Boyle or whoever they trot out there, please call the line. I'm not even making a pick because I have no cognitive idea of how this is going to go. Like, bad versus worse versus horrible, hurricanes, like what?
I vote that both these teams get swept away in the hurricane and this game doesn't get played. But since it'll probably have to be, I'm going to go with the Titans to get their first win. They had that crazy comeback last year in Miami. I think they keep up with the magic there.
I have an unhealthy hatred for Levis, so I'm going to take the Dolphins on this one.
Both these teams are doo-doo. Give me a tie. Next game.
Oh, hell yeah. The good Monday night game, I don't know why they scheduled the other one. Seahawks, Lions. Lions at home, favored by 3.5. Both these quarterbacks are mid and not good. I think give me the Seahawks. I don't think the Lions are as good. Sorry, Kenny. I know you like Dan Campbell. Give me the Seahawks close game. Maybe 3-5 points.
All right. I'm going to actually go with the Lions simply for the fact they are at home. I don't remember how well the Seahawks has done on the road so far this year. I don't know if they've only played 1 or 2 games on the road, but I like the Lions to rebound again this week and improve to 3-1.
The Seahawks are undefeated, right?
Yes, they're 3-0.
Okay, so they've done perfect on the road.
Well, how many?
If
Well, I
they've played a
know.
road
Oh,
game.
that's true. That's true. I'm tired.
Oh, yeah.
So Dan Campbell had to fight to get those black uniforms back, and they're bringing them back for Monday Night Football. So the Lions at home in black unis, Lions all day. Lions by 3 scores.
I agree, Kenny. They're going to be biting on the kneecaps. Get their first win of the season. Lions win.
Their first one of the season, they're 2-1.
Oh, sorry. They win.
All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Third Down Thursdays. The Coach Bruce is absent edition. He has such a horrible migraine because the Bears are that bad.
Fire Floose.
Lions are in their new blackout uniforms. Jack needs to open his ears. Patriots are so bad. Jack is getting hearing loss. yeah, I really don't have anything else, gentlemen. Anything else?
Fire Flute.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I have
Fire
one thing.
Flute, F. John Fisher, and that's about all we got. My name is MJ Hurley. We got producers Connor Davis, Simon Ingersoll. Thank you, Jackson, for joining me for a wild edition. The beautiful bearded man, Coach Kenny. We will see you guys next Thursday for some more chaos. I won't be here next Thursday. I will let you guys know that now. It is the missus's birthday next Thursday, so I will be out on the town with her. But you'll get some assortment of these beautiful babes right here. So we'll see you next Thursday. Connor, give me the most incredible insurance commercial that we have ever seen. Hey, Connor.
Baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low. Put some music on it, so.